What's up guys, I'm going to show you how to connect the N8N MCP to Claude. So basically what this is going to allow you to do is use Claude to create any N8N workflows you want, and to just prompt Claude to create it, and it'll create the workflow in N8N. You don't have to download or copy the JSON. It can just create it straight from your prompt. And if you want any automations or agents, there'll be a link below to the agency, so just check it out, contact us, do whatever. Yeah, I'll just keep this short and sweet. So basically all we're going to do, we're going to come to Claude, let's get a new chat. So yeah, you can see I've already got the MCPs connected, and I've already got the N8N MCP that I'm hosting in Docker connected. What I'll do to show you how to do it is just go File, we'll go Settings, and then, so the way that I've got it connected is not through the configuration, because for some reason the MCPs don't work for me when I put it in the Claude configuration. But the way I did it was just come to connectors, and I just connected it through the custom connectors. So I'll remove all of these to show you. Just connect, remove, and then remove, and I'll remove this MCP as well, the one in Docker. And so all we need to do is, so shout out to these three guys. So we've got Z619 for the 2000 N8N workflows, and then Upstash for the documentation context for N8N, and then C Zlonkowski for setting up the N8N MCP for us. But yeah, basically what we're going to do is we're going to grab these URLs, and we're going to change the hub.com to mcp.io, and we're just going to copy that, and then we're going to click on add custom connector, and we're going to go N8N MCP. So this is for the C Zlonkowski one, and we click on add, and then you can see that it'll come up here in a bit. So it's connected now, and then we'll do that for the other two. So we'll go context 7, then I'll come back to Upstash, and you can see I've already changed it before because it's actually my third time creating this video. Paste that in, now edit, and then you can see I've also got this as mcp.io. But yeah, what you would do is replace it obviously from github.com. But if we search that up, this just allows you to change any repository to an MCP server, and then it just gives you all the code that you need to install it or to configure it. But we just take the URL, go add custom connector, and I'll go N8N workflows, paste it in, and add it in. So let me just remove this local hosted one, which it doesn't seem, because I got to remove it in the configuration. So I'll just click delete. I'll go okay. And then if I go new chat, you can see if I click on here, I've got all my MCP connected. Why this is still showing is because I haven't exited Claude. So let me exit, and then open up again. And then you can see that the N8N MCP that was being hosted on my PC isn't there anymore. So what this allows us to do, so let me just say create a go high level workflow that creates contacts and sends calls to VAPI. Okay, so it's creating a go high level workflow, which is not really what we want. Say N8N workflow that creates a contact and sends the call to VAPI. So what I'm going to do while that's loading, I'm just going to click on create workflow, because for some reason my N8N is taking a long time just to load workflows. Okay, and so you can see it's created the JSON. So let me just download that. I'll save that. Well, this workflow automation is loaded now, so let me just click on import file, VAPI workflow. So I'm not too sure if this one even used the MCP. Yeah, let's move on anyways. The next step we need to do is download Docker. So download Docker desktop, choose whatever one you need. Actually took me like 4 days to download Docker because my WSL was all corrupted and everything, so I had to reset my PC and even downloaded Ubuntu. But yeah, but obviously once you got it downloaded, I'd recommend you download Warp as well. And Warp just allows people like myself that don't really know how to code or use terminal to just be able to speak to it. Yeah, so once you've got Docker downloaded, I've already got all of it set up, but what I'll do is I'll delete everything just to show you. Image, delete that. And then what we do is we run this command. So open this up. So you can also download Docker in Warp as well. You just tell it to. But what I'll do is I'll paste this command in. Okay, and then you can see it's asking me if it wants to run this Docker command for me, so I'll just say yes. run that. Okay, and then you can see it's created that image. So now I'll just say run the port as well. Oh, I should have said run the container. And so just click on run. And so now what that allows us to do is in the container, you can see that it's already set up and it's being self-hosted. Now that we've got the MCP server being hosted in Docker on our computer, what we'll do next is we'll take this full configuration here and we'll copy it. So the two things you're going to need are your N8N instance URL and your API key. So to get those, well, your N8N instance is going to be up here. So mine is dev.nodination.dimitri.com, and keep your HTTP is in there as well. And then all we need to do is come down here in the bottom left, you can't see it, but go to settings, come to N8N API, click on create an API key. So I'll just go to tutorial number 4, and then you just copy it, and then you put your instance in here. You can see I've already got it, and I've already put my API key in here, but it's going to be equals, and then you just paste your API key in here and paste that. Then what you'll do is copy this, come back to Claude, you go file, you go settings, you go developer, you go edit configuration, click on Claude desktop config, and then you paste that in, save that, or I would click Control S, but you can just press it manually, and then once that's saved, close it, go file, go exit, then open up Claude again, and then if we click on this, we'll see that the N8N MCP's got 39 tools now. This just allows Claude to actually have access to your N8N instance. I'll show you how to create the project. So open this, come to projects, and then I've already got it here, but what you do, you just click on new project, and then obviously put a name and then describe it. And then all we do here is in this project instructions here, and C. Zlonkowski in his repository, he's got the Claude project prompt here, and we just paste that in. And well, we click on save instructions. It's not letting me save because it's obviously the same thing. I'll paste this in. It's asking me questions, and this project is good because it'll obviously allow the workflow to be a lot more accurate in what you want it to do. So you can see it's, well, this is what Claude's done, not the MCP, but it's just created what it's gonna build for me. So it's a scheduled trigger at 9 AM every day, then an OpenAI content generator, which is generating 3 humorous posts, personable and LinkedIn style. Then it sends an email to me. You can see it created the workflow, and now it's just validating the workflow, making sure that it's obviously good to go. See, it picked up an error, so it's fixing that now. This would be one problem with creating it in Claude, is that it hits the response limit. But then the good thing is that with the MCP, if you hit the response limit, it'll always create the workflow properly because it's validating it all the time. And yeah, so apparently if you use this MCP in Cursor, it's better. So if you guys want to see that, just let me know, or like the video, and then I'll know that this is the kind of content that you guys want to see. And yeah, you can see it's doing a lot of yapping instead of just making the workflow, which is kind of annoying. Create the workflow in N8N. So before that talking, it didn't even create it in N8N. Yeah, it didn't even create it in N8N. So you can see it's called the N8N create workflow. So we'll just wait for this to finish, and then well, if we refresh it now, it's not going to load in, but once it's finished, it will. So okay, so let me just refresh this, and you can see that the workflow has been created. So now let's just wait 20 minutes for this workflow to load. Okay, so you can see that this is quite underwhelming. You know what, let's create another one. This was another good workflow. Create a N8N workflow that connected to WhatsApp and is like an admin that tells employees when what their next job is when they message they are done. This is done by using the Google Calendar events, as that's where their next jobs are saved. And I'm not gonna lie, I've already had this created before, so I'll just click on it and this is what it created. So WhatsApp trigger filters the job completion, so if it's false, well, I don't know why you'd have that in there, because the worker would know if it was done or not. But if it's true, it gets all the calendar events, so it extracts the employee information with the code node, and then gets all the calendar information, finds the next job, and then sends the next job to that person, and then logs the activity. I don't know how it's going to log the activity with the code node, but yeah, you might have to have something on here connected to a sheet or your CRM. And yeah, so that's how you create that, or that's how you connect the N8N MCP to Claude. If you guys want to see it connected to Cursor, then just let me know. This video took me about like 5 days to make because of errors downloading Docker. I'm going to leave a gumroad down below with just the Git MCP servers and stuff. Yeah, if you're going to use it, just leave a like, or even if you like the video, just like the video. Comment down below something else you guys might want to see, if the video was good or bad. Yeah, there'll be a link below if you guys want any AI automations or agents done for your business or for yourself. If you guys want to see more content like this around AI and automation and AI agents, just subscribe. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn.